Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered. Welcome to the channel. And today we have taken a leap of faith and we are discussing tennis today. One of my favorite sports and which is very dear to me since a very young age. I have followed this game since a long time, and as the game has evolved, so have we, I think, over the years. So whenever we speak about tennis, we hear some of the biggest names which have made this game as famous as it is today. So there has been the famous names of Bjorn Borg, Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi, and who not. So the list continues. But in the time which we have, as a youngster, have watched tennis, started watching tennis, these three big names behind my screen, you can see, have been the torchbearers of this great game. They have been given the nickname Big Three, the Big Three. And from the Big Three, the people who are representing the Big Three, for those who are not aware of it already, for them, this is for them. So, the gentleman on the extreme left of your screen is Rafael Nadal, one of the greatest warriors of tennis and one of the greatest players coming up from Spain. A youngster who burst out onto the scene and just blasted away all the opponents on his day, and he was relentless. But before him, there was a guy who is just behind me on the screen, is Mr. Roger Federer. This guy has been the torchbearer of tennis since a long time. He was that elegant, swashbuckling player who used to just to weave magic through the magic wand in his hand. That's the tennis racket, and he used to enjoy the game as much as he would all the time. And he was very soothing to the eye, if I say so. I think it was very soothing to the eye because the style of his play was so elegant to watch. It was like effortless, is the right word to use here. It was very effortless. And it was like, in that time, no one can beat this guy. And from nowhere, this guy on the extreme left arrived and started beating Roger Federer. The greatest of all time at that time. He started beating Roger again and again, and we'll come to that rivalry one by one. And once these two burst onto the scene, they were dominating tennis like, okay, so these two are going to dominate over the years again and again and again, and this is going to continue. The chain is going to continue for a long time. And then for these two, one guy came. He said, okay, you two are playing really well, so let's join the party. He arrived a little late to the party, 2007, 2008. He won his first Grand Slam title in the year 2008 in Australian uh, Grand Slam. He won that, and his name is none other than the middle of his screen, Novak Djokovic. He is undoubtedly the greatest tennis player of all time, undisputed, honestly, because 25, he's chasing the 25th Grand Slam title. He already has 24. He has 24 Grand Slam titles. I said 25 because I wanted him to win this Wimbledon, which concluded recently, but it wasn't to be. Age is slowly catching up him as well, which we didn't expect, honestly, because the way he was playing even till last year as well, we thought that okay, this is going to continue for a long time, but age spares none. So even he's going through a decline, but you never know. It's a funny game. The seven good games he needs to get to that number 25. So coming back to the conversation, these three, the name Big Three has been given to them because these three have dominated the tennis world for two straight decades, from 2002 3 till 2024, 25 even. Novak Djokovic is still going around, and I don't think he's going to retire this year. He's probably going to retire next year, but not yet. So the Big Three legacy is still going on because of this one guy who's still playing. So to begin with, let me bring some stats to you of the three great players. So Roger Federer has 20 Grand Slam titles. Australian Open, he has won six. He has won one French Open title, And the Australian Open, six titles, right? I think the last Grand Slam win for Roger Federer was also at Australia, 2018 Australian Open, which he won. And the French Open, he won one Grand Slam title there at French Open. It was in the year of 2009. And Wimbledon, eight titles, his last being the 2017. Could have been the 2019, but we will discuss that match, one of the greatest finals of Wimbledon and Grand Slam history. And five US Opens he's won. 103 ATP titles, 310 weeks as the world number one. He has held the number one position for 237 consecutive weeks, which is an ATP record. And he's finished as year end number one for five times from 2004 to 2007 straight and in the year 2009. And as far as Olympics is concerned, he has one gold medal in doubles in 2008 and one silver in the singles of 2012, where he was beaten by none other than Sir Andy Murray. We'll discuss about him as well. And he retired in the year of September 2022 at the Laver Cup. He had some knee surgery in the year of 2020, which didn't go well, honestly, with him, and he was struggling post the comeback with the knee. He had a good French Open run till the quarterfinals in 2021. He was looking good, but the knee was starting to give up on him, and it was very evident in the quarterfinals of Wimbledon in 2021 as well that he was nowhere near his best. He was very much struggling, couldn't move at all. So I think that was the moment when he decided he's done, because the Wimbledon final, the quarterfinal, the way he lost to Hubert Hurkacz, so it was very much evident that he's done. And he was already 40 plus, so at 41 it's not easy to maintain that level. So I think he decided to retire in the year of 2022. So win loss record. He's won 1251 matches and lost 275. That's an amazing record for him. Surface titles, hard court titles 71, grass court titles 19, 11 clay court titles, and two titles on carpet, which is the artificial surface, the carpet surface. Now we move on to the gentleman on the extreme left, Rafael Nadal, the greatest warriors of all time. We'll discuss about the playing styles of all three of them one by one in detail, so don't worry about that. Now we're moving into the titles of Rafael Nadal. 22 Grand Slam titles, his last title being the 2022 French Open as far as Grand Slams are concerned. The French Open 2022, which he won convincingly, that was the last title of him as a Grand Slam. So, two Australian Opens, one in the year of 2009, and another came lot later in his career. Was expected in 2019, could not do it. Was expected in 2017, could not do it, lost to Federer himself. And 2018, he lost early because of an injury. And he came close in 2021, 2020, but couldn't convert. Finally, in 2022, against all odds, where his game was at his lowest, honestly, he was coming back from an injury layoff of 6 months. He had a procedure done on his foot. He has a congenital problem in his leg since a long time, since his birth. So, for that, he had to undergo some procedure. He was struggling with it. And he always used to manage these injuries throughout his career, but somehow he was trying to manage it in this 2022 Australian Open as well. And he was down and out. We'll discuss that match as well. But somehow he managed to win it. So that was his two Australian Open titles, 2022 and 2009. 14 French Open records. I think this is the one single record which seems like cannot be broken as of now, but you never know. It's a very funny sport. Anyone can come in someday out of the blue and can clinch that record, but in the near future seems impossible for now. I want to be safe here because I don't want you people to just come back on this video 20, 30 years later and coming and said, hey, you said that this guy, this 14 French Open title record cannot be broken. Where are you now? I want to see you. And I don't want all that. I know records are meant to be broken. It's an undisputed record. Might not be broken, but it's a funny game, so let's wait. Two Wimbledon titles, two very good Wimbledon titles. 2008 final, we'll discuss that, and 2010. So he won two Wimbledon titles, could have won more. He came very close. And four US Open titles, his last being the 2019, the famous 2019 US Open final. 92 ATP titles, 209 weeks at world number one. Year end number one finishes in 2008, 2010, 2013, 2017, and 2019. Two Olympic gold medals, one in singles 2008 Beijing and 2006 Rio. He won a gold medal in the doubles format. And I think he retired in the year of 2024. Yeah, he retired last year in the Paris Olympics. And win loss record 1068 wins, 220 losses, 63 clay court wins, 25 hard court wins, and 4 grass court wins as titles. Now we come to the best and the greatest of all time, the gentleman in the middle of the screen who demolished both of them, had a good record, very fighting record, but it was not that he was completely dominating these two guys. The other two guys also fought back, but this guy has emerged as the undisputed best player of all time. It's the Novak Djokovic. His titles 24 Grand Slam titles, all time record for men, equal with Martina Navratilova. He might break it. He might break it. So he's not retired yet. So I'm not giving up on him. 10 Australian Open titles, which is a record. No one has won more Australian Open titles than him. 3 French Open titles, 7 Wimbledon titles, and 4 US Open titles. Amazing, amazing, amazing record. And the way he won that Paris Olympics gold, I'll just discuss it now. 98 ATP titles, 428 weeks at number one. Year end number one finishes 8 times, which is a record. And Olympic medals bronze in 2008 Beijing and the famous 2024 Paris Olympics gold, beating Carlos Alcaraz, one of the best finals I've seen in recent times in Olympics, I would say. And that was at Roland Garros. So it was great, great spectacle. And he's still active and competing. He's not retired. He's the one guy who's not retired yet. Win loss record 1100 plus wins. And 68 plus hard court wins, 19 clay court titles, 8 grass court titles, and 1 carpet titles. So this has been a great, great. See the records. I just read out the records, right? The titles record. It's unbelievable, right? To to win so many titles in such a long time period span of 20 long years. 20 long years. It's unbelievable, right? I mean, the way these three have redefined sport and developed it.